Doing? Welcome to the first BOBCAST. We got our co-host Toxic_223, and then of course our wonderful guest, which I'm very glad he joined us for the first BOBCAST. That's probably gonna, be a flop, but worth a shot, right? we got JanuaryAndOn.
Even belly flops are memorable.
Yeah, that's true. I don't even know where to begin, boys.
How was your day?
It was Gucci.
What'd you do today?
I had to clean a bunch of windows. That's what I did. I'm gonna turn you boys up just a tad, just to make sure. One moment, I have to switch to audio only on my tablet. Silly internet. Yo, Nanders12, how's it going, homie?
Hey, Nanders, how you doing?
Oh wow, I'm glad a lot of people showed up for the boy January. That's good.
I do what I can.
I'm making sure all you guys are loud and clear. Alrighty. I don't know what happened to show music. I don't even know if the stream can even hear the music. Do we play music or no music?
Hey, it's up to you. I like a little bit of music in the background,
Okay.
But personal preference, I guess.
And we're just gonna play this on a loop then, I guess. Don't repeat. No, repeat it. Good man just got back from the ski trip. Oh, Nanners went on a ski trip. How's that ski trip? Kate, you've gone skiing, haven't you?
Oh, absolutely. I'm more of a snowboarder, but...
Oh, you like snowboarding?
Yeah.
Lit. That's Gucci.
I am pretty much terrible of any sport that I have to be standing. I went from... In 11th grade, I was about 5'10", and then over the course of about 3 months, I hit 6'5", and I lost all of my eye-hand coordination. It didn't come up with me as I grew. So I don't play soccer anymore. I can't really dribble the ball without tripping. I can't really play basketball that well without kicking the ball, and I don't have very good balance. So if I have to be up, it's typically a bad time.
Wow.
I'm kind of the same way. I don't have very good balance.
Huh. Really? You don't have good balance?
When I have okay balance.
Huh.
Definitely not. It's definitely not what it could be.
Interesting. Nander says, I did snowball. I did snowboard. Only way to go. Legs are pretty much gone. Rip. F in chat for Nander's legs. Okay, don't you ride a bike? Don't you need good?
Well, I mean, I have a certain amount of balance, but I can't walk a tightrope. I can't do stuff like that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that probably couldn't walk a tightrope. Yeah, I mean,
okay, I guess I have average balance then, because I played hockey for a bit. I ride motorcycles, BMX, dirt bikes, stuff like that. So I guess I have an average amount of balance.
Interesting. Yo, Crowick TV said, "Yo, Bob the Racer, Toxic, what's up, brothers? How's it going, Crow?
What's going on, Crow?
Welcome to the first
Crow.
BOBCAST. Crow, we'll get you in here as a guest eventually. Get all the homies in here. Alrighty. So you used to play hockey?
Yes, sir.
Like on a little league, or were you like super?
Of. Yeah, it was just like a club when I was in middle school. Played hockey for a couple years. Ice hockey. Oh, so okay. That sounds dope. Did you ever get in a fight? No, it wasn't that kind of a league. It was just everyone was there for fun.
Interesting. January, did you ever what sport did you play?
The sport I played the most growing up was soccer.
Soccer.
And this goes back to when I was shorter. I was pretty much just as good with my left leg kicking, it's like striking, as my right. And so I was a middle striker, and I played pretty well up until the point where I became an emo kid. And, you just can't do physical activity as an emo kid. I had to straighten my hair. I had tight pants. There's just no way you can do these things cannot exist together.
That's true.
I never went through like a emo phase. I did have super long hair, which if you were a Bob the Racer fan from the get-go, from day one, when I first started this great adventure called streaming, I shaved it all off.
I saw the affiliate stream link.
That was the night. That was a lit night. And then I did it again for $100. That was fun as well.
See, I would need so much more money than $100.
Man, chat.
I took some money to get into a Speedo, but I'm not shaving my hair.
Yeah. I don't think I could shave my hair either. I know I couldn't shave my hair.
Really? Not for $100?
No way. Not for $100.
10K up a little bit.
There's definitely an amount of money that I'd shave my hair for, but it's not $100.
Huh.
Fun fact: it would cost more money for me to shave my beard than to shave my head.
Really?
Yeah, I would take significantly more money for me to shave my beard.
How long is the beard now?
It's not very long. I don't keep it that long. It's just something I'm really proud of. It's a part of my identity, and I've got an ugly face, so it does wonders for me.
Heck yeah.
So.
Oh, me too. I definitely I keep the beard, but it's, I don't know, maybe a quarter of an inch long. It's not very long.
Yeah, I mine's pretty puby, so I don't think going that long look would do me too well.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I know on your, I guess your icon or your, like particularly the bunny in Dauntless.
The bunny, yeah.
Yeah, that one's got quite a beard.
Yeah. Well, you gotta, since the, with the display picture with the logo, the bunny has some pretty intense fucking eyebrows, significantly more than any real bunny has. So you gotta, the features have to be enhanced for a feature like that.
Okay. So that's not 100% realistic beard.
I would say it gets that way when I get a little lazy.
Okay.
I can, I'll let it go a little too long, and I won't brush it enough, and I won't trim it enough, and I'll have some pretty bad split ends, and it'll get pretty fuzzy.
Yeah, I don't upkeep my beard like I should.
See,
like I wish I did.
You guys over here making me jelly. Like, I wish I had a beard.
Bob, how old are you?
19.
I'm never going to talk down to you about your age, but I couldn't grow a beard at 19 either. It took me till I was 22, 23 to get a really good-looking beard on.
Yeah. That's crazy to me because I've been pumping beards out since I was like 13 or 14.
Jesus.
Well, we can't all be men, all right? Some of us take a little while to get there.
Kate, I feel like you have like Irish in you. Do you have Irish in you?
If I do, it's not much because I've never heard of it.
Oh, okay.
I know I have some like Native American, quite a bit of like Eastern European. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Actually, I'd be curious to look it up. That could be a cool topic for another time. Should everybody look up where they're from and see?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm pretty sure I'm like Polish. I have Polish in me, and German. I know for a fact I have German in me.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a mutt. I haven't looked it up.
I'm sure I'm a mutt too. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all are, right? I guess.
Yeah. Unless you're like mostly European, then yeah.
True.
Or very native somewhere.
True. What do you want? This is actually I'm enjoying this so far.
Good. Have
what,
some fun.
16 minutes in, and I mean, this is fun, just chilling, talking. I mean, it kind of sucks because like chat is booming, but like I don't want to, stop the conversation and talk to chat. You know what I'm saying? This is something we get used to. Yeah,
we can roll back and forth.
I see what you're doing. I kind of move my keyboard up a little closer so we can talk so I can type best I can. If you got any questions, tweet at us, type in chat, whatever, to get our attention. I guess we'll do that for a little bit, I guess. Anybody got any questions for us? And then we'll get into our topics if anybody has any. I have a few written down. Don't know where I did with them. They're right here. Found them. January, I know you came into the Discord before Kay came in. Did you say you had topics at
He's
hand?
Got a good topic. He's got one really good.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, I got one, but I think either later or save it for another time and kind of discuss it more. But
okay, I mean, it's all good, man. This is your time to shine. You're the guest. It's your call.
Yeah, man. I mean, let's jump into yours, and if we got some time, then we can bring something up.
Okay. Kay, do you want to start with yours or? No. We'll start with mine because we gotta get to know the guest a little bit more. So January, how did you
AMA? Give it to me.
how did you get into streaming? Like,
all right, this is actually it's a really simple question, or rather, a really simple answer. I was living in South Korea. I'd always wanted to do streaming. I had played around with content creation on YouTube, but as far as like a live stream, I never had the setup, I never had the time, I never had the space. And trying to make YouTube videos was always just more feasible for the setup I had. I never had a nice computer. It was always passable. And I actually started initially making League of Legends content. I made really bad, essentially montages of me playing a hero or champion, whatever they're called. And but I was like low elo. I was like silver and bronze and low gold. Like they weren't like high quality games. Nobody really cared. But I had a lot of fun making them. And then I ended up moving to Korea, where I found out after I had moved there that one, you need a phone number to make an account in Korea, because they guard the internet very, very, very seriously there. And online gaming is a huge problem. And so to make an online gaming account, you have to register it with your phone number. And it must be a mobile, and it will be watched to see how much time you're spending online. And it's very, very guarded. All of the issues that we have with kids who they don't want to go to school, they want to play sports, or they don't want to go to school, they want to be a professional athlete. They have that same issue with computer games and professional gaming. So a lot of young men, a lot of young boys don't want to study. They just want to go and play video games because they're going to be the next faker. So I couldn't get a League of Legends account over there. And Riot will not transfer any sort of League of Legends account to Korea because of the rules there. Then Overwatch came out, and so I jumped over to Overwatch. And I started playing that. And I was actually pretty good at Overwatch. I hit high diamond in Korea. I was a diva main. I was pretty damn all right at the game. And so I was like, holy shit, well, I can start making content for this game. And my laptop could just barely run the game and record the game at 60 frames per second. So I could at least get 60 FPS and get into, get some material, do diva highlight montages, because those were really popular. Like you just throw your ult, you get like 4 kills, and you put some fucking EDM behind it. And that's what I tried to do. And then I hit this really, really huge toxic wall in Overwatch. And I realized that it made me miserable. I was shitty in Overwatch. I was shitty out of Overwatch. I was like hurting my relationship with my wife. I was a teacher, and I just went there and I was like, fuck these kids. I need to grind Overwatch and be a dick. And then I stopped that because I hated everything. And I found Dauntless. And I met some people who played Dauntless, and I played the shit out of it. And if I fucked up, nobody told me to kill myself. Nobody told me to die. Nobody, nothing terrible happened. And when I got back, I bought a nice computer for the first time of my life. I put it all together, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's kick on a stream. Let's see what happens. And a bunch of people showed up, and they didn't fucking leave. So now I stream 3 days a week.
Interesting.
That's basically how it started. I figured I'd meet a couple people who played the Warpike, and we could talk about it. And I'd do a couple pike missile shots, and people would be a fan. But it just kind of took off from there.
Cool. How are you enjoying it? Like,
I absolutely love it. I feel, I don't say this too often, but I feel lucky to be in this situation. The people who I've met, the other broadcasters, the viewers, some of my family has become incredibly involved with it. The fact that I have gone to events simply because I did streaming, and I accessed a part of the internet and a part of the world that I never thought I would, which is one of the reasons why I think I've started taking it probably more seriously than I really should. But I really put a lot of effort and put a lot of care into the broadcast.
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. And I'd have to agree completely. I think I've heard from a lot of other, content creators and stuff like that, and I've seen it a little bit myself, but Overwatch, for whatever reason, just has this insanely toxic community. I don't know why. I can't explain why.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, I can explain it a little bit from a Korean standpoint, but I don't understand it at all from a US standpoint. No one has their own personal computer in Korea because it's way too much room. It takes up too much space. So they go to PC cafes. And so they're paying to play. And so imagine, the stress you feel in a PvP competitive environment, and you're paying to be there. So if somebody plays bad, you're losing money and you're not having fun.
Absolutely.
That doesn't excuse the behavior, but I at least understand where the anger comes from. But yeah, I mean, both those two communities are pretty much the only ones competitively I've ever really experienced. And man, Overwatch took it to another level for me. Yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Well, somebody brought up a good question in chat. Let's see.
Yeah, if you guys got any questions, hit us up and we'll.
Keith Drakenwolf.
Yeah,
Dracon
Keith, the homie Keith. Yeah.
He says, "What do you guys think of streamers who think that they need multicolored lights in their setup? He personally doesn't think it's necessary."
Hold on real quick while I turn off all my RGB lights real quick. I mean, yeah, it's definitely not necessary. It's just, pleasing. It's eye candy. That's it.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I realized I took it a different direction here. When it comes to like RGB, are you talking about like the keyboard and like the lights on the?
He's talking about like in the setup for viewers. So like lights behind you.
Yeah.
Lighting up the whole room. If it's like laser show behind you, like stuff that the camera can clearly see.
Oh,
I mean, I have an opinion on that. like that I would love to talk about. So
Go for it.
So I stream from a kitchen, and every broadcast that I rewatch, anytime I watch a clip, that's all I can focus on.
First of all, that's a bar, not a kitchen.
Yeah, one day it will be. One day. And I can't help but I instantly look at it and I get so angry. I have a lot of plans and I have some ideas, but I give a lot of respect for the broadcasters, either large or growing like us, who put effort into their background. I think viewers can see effort and they will instantly respect it, regardless of what it looks like. Whether it's a nice like RGB or a well done green screen, those are things people appreciate.
I agree completely.
Yeah.
To bring this back to this stream, because Bob, you use a green screen,
right?
And your transition screens, your loading screens, you typically do something fun. You do something that is interesting.
Right.
I remember. I'm pretty sure the reason I actually followed you, you were streaming, and of course you've got your guy Richard that you just fucking yell at all the time on your end.
Right.
And it was a loading screen in Dauntless, and you had like removed one of the windows from the airship, and you put your face in the airship, and then you turned around and yelled at Richard to put on his fucking seatbelt. I was dying. And that shit, I think people respect and appreciate that as they should. And at the same time, the people who don't have green screens, but they put a poster, they put memorabilia, they put stream related content, they put lights, all of that is great. Even if you can't make it fancy, I guess what I want to go is like, so my situation, right? I don't have anything fancy behind me, so I keep it clean. I keep it organized. Right. Nobody wants to see your dirty fucking room.
Yeah.
That shit's weird. It makes you like, when I see somebody streaming and it's like, I just see trash, I'm like, I don't want to be there. Like, it makes me, yeah.
I mean, like, you can look at all the clips of people like finding something on like a person behind them and calling them out on it, like a vibrator or something.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, absolutely. Yeah. That's a good example.
But here's the thing. That's a choice. If somebody finds a dildo, if somebody finds your pocket pussy, you own it. Don't fucking hide it, because that's when it gets weird.
Right.
Yeah. Pull that shit out and get that fucking sponsorship, man. Come on.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Could you?
Calvador likes that.
Could you?
Caladvor.
Cal. Call him Cal?
Cal likes that.
Yeah. Could you get banned for that, though? Like, if you whipped it out and was like, yeah, check it out. I feel like, I don't know.
On pocket pussies, I don't believe so, but dildos, I think so. If it's like a clear shape of a
right
male's reproductive parts,
yeah, I get that.
So.
I get that.
And I have to imagine, like, if you pulled out a pocket pussy and it was like slightly tilted and like a massive cum falls out of it, you're gone. You're out. It's over.
Oh, come on. Yeah. Jesus. All right, I'm gonna rewind a little bit here. Back to the lights and the pretty background stuff. Personally, I watched Twitch for a long time before I ever, hit the go live button. And when I was scrolling through, because I don't like watching the biggest streamers, they all do the same stuff over and over again. It's predictable.
Right.
So when I'm scrolling down pages, let's say I go to Twitch right now and I click on, okay, sure, I'd like to watch Just Chatting. And I'm scrolling through, I'm looking at all these thumbnails, right? And there's two girls playing with a guitar right here. They've got some pretty lights in the background. That's pleasing to me. I might click on you. The guy to the next to them is chilling in his room. The room's a mess. He's got no shirt on. I'm not going to click on that.
Dude, okay, I'm not going to lie. What language does he speak?
Let's find out.
Even while he clicks
I need to know. I need to know, because I've seen this repetition with a certain language where they just sit there shirtless, just fucking talking, man.
What?
I don't I
don't
want to
wanna see
say
nipples.
Spanish. It's like a Spanish-Italian knockoff, maybe?
It's
Knock
either
off.
Portuguese. My guess would be Portuguese. And for some reason, the Portuguese streamers, dudes, they just sit there in their fucking chairs, and it's a shitty chair with their shitty webcam, just nipples out. So what? Just kicking it, and I don't get it.
You can get banned for that though, right?
I don't believe nipples anymore, no.
Oh, really?
At a point,
It says appropriate attire, and he's fucking Portuguese. I called it. But he's got a nice webcam though.
yeah, the
At least.
webcam is good, but like the fucking sheets are a mess. He's just sitting on his bed. Wait, maybe that's not even him. Oh,
he
okay,
could
I
be
understand.
the other
now.
one.
I understand.
He's watching a video of the
He's
other.
watching a video, so he's got some cool lights in the background. That was confusing to me. That's my bad. Okay, but that's my example. You know, I like the pretty thumbnail, clicking on the things, and that's
Right.
whoops. Just bad timing to run into that guy's stream.
Yeah, back to lighting. When it comes to like keyboards and mouses, I mean,
Well, I feel like that stuff is more for personal. Like
Right.
I was telling Keith earlier, I have RGB everything. Like my fans change colors, my GPU changes colors. There's a lit
Right.
thing behind my, monitors that changes colors. Even my TV in the living room that nobody will ever see except for me and whoever comes over changes colors.
yeah, me
Keyboard,
hopefully in the
mouse.
future, but
Everything, yeah, come through.
yeah, definitely, I'm definitely
All
hating
that
it.
stuff.
Yeah,
All that stuff changes colors, but like I never got that stuff to be like, oh, I'd like to have a good looking background for my stream. I got that stuff for me because like I like that. I like when I press a button, it changes colors and then slowly fades back to green.
right. Well, I remember like before I bought my first keyboard, which was like a Razer. I forget, I don't remember the name. It didn't change colors. It was just green.
Yeah,
And I bought it, and it was pretty much life changing. I bought it for the mechanical because it's my first mechanical keyboard.
I think was it the Black Widow?
It might have been. It was like $100,
Yeah, I
like
think
just
it was
straight
the
out
Black
100. Yeah, from Walmart. And I remember, like, just using a computer that didn't have RGB in it. Like, it just sucked. Like, I had to have a light on it so I could see the key. You know what I mean? Like,
Widow. Mm-hmm.
yeah, like I can't type on my keyboard unless it's lights on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then back on the green screen, one thing about green screens, which I'm starting to really get annoyed with, is lighting. Lighting is a bitch with green screens. Big time.
I've heard that, but I haven't used enough green screens to
Right.
know.
Yeah. I mean, you can go back and look at it, like almost every YouTube
Even
video
on
and
on
and
YouTube
stream.
videos, it's like it'll get your forehead going black sometimes.
Yep.
Your eyes will change colors.
yep, my teeth.
You're not wearing, if your shirt is like an off green or an off blue, it's gonna try to pick that up. It's just weird.
Yeah, lighting's a bitch. I mean, granted, I have a bunch of like $12.99 Amazon ring lights. And
what else do you need? It's more than I got.
The new Elgato light key or whatever it's called.
Yeah, for $200 a piece.
I thought they were 100.
Isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Maybe you might be right.
I don't know. Let me look this up. What's it called again? Elgato
I got a light. It's just called light, right? Wasn't
key light. Elgato key light.
Oh, the
Amazon.
little
Oh,
cube
there you go.
ones.
Yeah, they're 200. Wow.
it? Yeah, a piece.
Wow.
A piece.
Jesus.
And it's like a rectangle.
Yeah.
And they can do some cool shit, but 200 a piece.
Yeah, you can. The main thing, I mean, to be honest, they're kind of pointless unless you have a Stream Deck, because with the Stream Deck, you can change the color straight from the Stream Deck.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Yeah, and they have and there's a ton of and I was impressed with what they could do. They have a lot of adaptability, and that's kind of the way Elgato works. Like they do things that everything else can do. It's just way cheap or way easier and way more expensive.
Yep.
Like you can have a number pad designated to be anything a Stream Deck could be, but you're going to have to work a lot harder to make it, right?
Right.
You could get a program to control some LED RGB bulbs that you bought for $10, $15 from Target, but you'd have to go and you'd have to program them. You'd have to do all the back end work that they've already done. And what you're paying for is that design work. You're paying for that coding that they did pre-production.
Right.
Yep,
Speaking about, oh, sorry, Gade, go ahead.
I was just saying that's correct. To some people it's worth it. Like to me, the Stream Deck has been very worth it.
Oh yeah, I love it. I don't use it enough, and I haven't been using it because I haven't set it up on the stream PC. It's still plugged into the gaming one, but like you can do anything with it, really. Like you don't really. I mean, yeah, it's great.
I've been editing videos. I have presets in Rocket League that I can change my cars to.
Really?
Yeah, dude. You can do anything. It integrates with your games. You can change your desktop backgrounds. You can use it to change music, add new music to your library, search playlists, whatever. Like while I'm in game, I can change playlists on my Stream Deck. It's awesome.
I don't know.
Yeah. Wow. And I'm not smart enough to do that with a keypad. I couldn't do, or a number pad. I couldn't do it.
No way.
Like, I couldn't set that up.
I don't even think you can. I'm sure there's a way, but.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, there is, but you have to do all the coding. You got to do the programming. You have to get the right materials, and that's why. Sure, you can do it for. You can probably do it yourself for $40-$50, but how many hours is that going to take you, and how many hours is it worth? Or how much money is that worth an hour?
Yeah,
it's the same way with like design work. I can't draw a bunny. I can't draw anything. My original logo was simply the Diva logo, but everything that was pink I made red, and then I crudely photoshopped a beard onto it. And it looked like garbage, but for what I had, it made sense. And then when it started getting, maybe I shouldn't be stealing from Blizzard and I should look into other ways, I went through somebody and actually had something made.
Right. So you actually paid somebody to make your logo, or?
We did some trading actually, which is really nice.
Interesting. Traded. What did you trade?
Social media, information, meetings, planning, calendars, that kind of stuff.
Huh. Interesting. I made mine from scratch. Canva. Canva.com.
I couldn't do it.
Oh, Canva.com's easy. Sponsor me. Sponsor BOBCAST. Actually, speaking of it, the screen everybody's probably not looking at, where it says BOBCAST co-host, guest, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I threw that up 10 minutes prior to the first BOBCAST. No lie, on Canva.com.
Boom.
Nice.
Except for the moving background.
I like it. It looks good.
Yeah.
And if you haven't noticed already, go ahead and check out GamerGrind company. They're a coffee company. Use code Bob for a discount. Yeah,
and get your ass in this Discord. Misbehave, baby. Streamer City.
Yeah.
Rep your stuff. We should have done that at the beginning of the BOBCAST, but it's Gucci.
Yeah.
This is the first one. We'll get the hang of it. Of it.
Still getting the glitches out.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Damn, we're actually doing pretty good. I mean, we're just kind of branching off.
Somebody had another question that was up here. Okay, here you go. Another question. What do you think of mobile esports?
Mobile esports?
That's from our guy, Keith.
Cal says, hashtag late plug.
Trending.
Mobile esports.
Yeah, so basically, Fortnite, PUBG, all these games are now on mobile.
Right.
And they're getting to be much, much bigger mobile player bases and I guess devices that you are able to play all these games on. Like the new Asus phone, you can plug it into a dock and it becomes a PC.
Wow.
So you can play anything from there.
Wow. That's
crazy.
I didn't know that. That's pretty lit.
So if we look, so TSM has a mobile team for a mobile MOBA.
Really?
Yeah, and let me see. Obviously, their main website is.
I've seen
for their league. but what? Okay, our teams. Here it is. Load more. No, I don't want your fucking. Come on, I don't want your goddamn league team. Everybody knows the fucking League of Legends team, Rocket League.
I've seen esports, mobile esports for Crash Royale, that Clash of Clans spinoff. That's interesting.
TSM has a Clash of Clans, Clash Royale fucking team.
Wow.
I mean, if that's your thing,
go for it.
Yeah, if that's your thing, go for it. But to me, I don't think that could be. I don't think that's interesting enough for me to watch. Like, there's only so many things you can do on mobile currently at this time in space right now.
Right.
And it's just not interesting to watch. Like, all the games on mobile are very slow paced. It's a lot slower. Just seems kind of like not as developed. It seems like a step backwards from PC gaming.
Right.
But I don't even like watching console games, so I definitely don't like watching mobile games.
Right. But do you agree that mobile games are pretty much up there with, somewhat equal to... No?
Mm-mm.
Really?
No way. I would disagree that they are not equal on any platform where there's a PC game or it's a PC version, but there's a mobile port. I think it should always be played at the top skill level.
Right. Well, yeah, I agree with that.
Like,
I'm saying, like,
there are, right. So with like PUBG or something like PUBG, Fortnite, like in my closest example of this is like there are no Pro, Xbox, or PS4, if it even is on PS4, Overwatch players on the PC console team.
Right.
Like there aren't any because they cannot compete at the same level. Mobile only games, if there's an audience, if there's a crowd, sure, fuck it, I don't care. I'm totally fine with it.
Right.
Like there are a couple MOBA, like League of Legends, essentially Dota 2, League of Legends style games on mobile devices that do quite well. That they have their own scenes, and I don't play them, but it doesn't mean there shouldn't be a pro scene of it.
But there's you still count them as games, right?
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
There's still games.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is, or what I was poorly trying to say was that I don't find that, like, watching that stuff or playing that stuff interesting. And while I have like a PC set up, because I'd way rather be doing this, and I don't think that they're on the same level. I think if let's say that there's mobile Rocket League, okay, where you have to play, with the touch on the screen, integrated keyboard, joystick thing, and you've got buttons that are touch button on the screen of your device.
Right.
Let me play against them, and it's not going to be no competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I think the pro scene should always be the highest available platform, the strongest available platform.
Absolutely. So pretty much PC in every case.
Yeah. And I think, but I mean, if a company wants to fork over the money to try and do their own mobile esports scene, and they can make money off of it, well, dope. There's a market there. You can get unique sponsorships that are probably not as popular in a PC environment that's not as competitive.
Right.
But yeah, and I mean, again, these are all players who have more time and dedication into a process and in a system that than I do, and I could.
Absolutely.
So I got to show their respect where it's deserved.
I agree. And what Cal is saying right now is interesting too, because I played Fortnite mobile for like, I don't know, like probably like 20 games. Let's say 20 games. The first 5 games I was at work because my coworker was like, "Hey, you should play this. I just downloaded this. It's freaking fun. We can go play against bots and it's super easy." I was like, "Okay, well, sure." So I played. It linked my account, so I was like gaining stuff while I wasn't at home, wasn't able to be doing it at home. So I was still getting my challenges done, all that stuff. And it was super easy. And then my other buddy that I told this to was like, oh yeah, I've been playing that forever. Here, plug your phone into my little dock right here and you can use keyboard and mouse while playing mobile. And I was like, well, that's not fair. Like,
Yeah.
what the heck? So that's like what I'd say in between 5 and 20% of those players were doing, because that stuff was so readily available, and you can get, plug your phone in, becomes a controller, stuff like that. And they started selling all that stuff.
Well, I think Xbox just announced the
Keyboard and mouse?
official Xbox keyboard and mouse. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So I mean, and the thing is the keyboard is designed for like lap playing, so it has like a little sheath that pops out, and you can put your mouse on it.
Interesting.
That's pretty cool.
I saw Corsair was doing something like that. I believe it was Corsair.
That or it's a Razer, one of the two.
Yeah.
Here it is, right here. The keyboard, the Razer keyboard and mouse for Xbox One.
Interesting.
Right there, and it has this whole little slider that pops out. That's a mouse pad. The Razer Turret.
Oh, I think if you just tried to copy and paste that, I don't think it went
Try it again.
Into the chat.
Try it again.
Chat, yeah.
Try it again.
There we
If
go.
I need to, I can put it in the Discord.
No, it's good now.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
good.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's like a slide.
Oh,
out.
wow. Interesting.
I'm so used to my big mouse pad. That just looks...
Yeah, that would be horrific.
It just looks like a pain.
There's about like 25 inches all the way around that are inaccessible to me, and I would just hit the side every time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Later on in the Bobcast, we got to figure out where, like, if we have a photo or something, we drag it onto the scene or figure something out.
Yeah. But I mean, they did a good job. It looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For a lap-based keyboard, it looks nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, PlayStation, they've had a keyboard and mouse integration for a while.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Fortnite, you could just plug it up, boom. You had it. You could slay people, build with keyboard and mouse. As long as it was USB.
There you go. I know I recently just convinced a couple buddies to switch over from Xbox to PC. Helped them build the PC, all that. And the first thing that they wanted to play, of course, was Fortnite. You good, Bob?
Bob,
Yeah.
why are we listening to your stream right now?
Sorry. I was making sure audio was good.
There you go. Audio's
good, Bob.
Okay.
So the first thing that they wanted to play was Fortnite.
Yikes.
And they were plugging controllers into their computer and playing with controller.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just getting absolutely destroyed. And they were like, man, I suck at Fortnite now. And I'm like, no, you're going up against PC players, which use keyboard and mouse. I recommend you get used to keyboard and mouse. Even if you play every other game, keyboard and mouse, just get used to playing keyboard and mouse. Or go play Counter-Strike or a game you don't care about so you don't mess up your KD or whatever. I don't know.
Right.
And get used to keyboard and mouse. And only 2 of them have listened to me. I've changed 5 friends over. Only 2 of them have listened to me, and they are now miles ahead of everyone else.
Interesting.
And the other guys are getting pretty jealous. It's kind of a funny situation.
I mean, it's just how the accessibility.
Yeah.
You have so many more keys at your command. There are so many more hotkeys you can set up, program, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
And my that's what I kept telling them. I was like, my best example was Arma 3. I used to play a lot of Arma 3.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, Arma 3, every button on your keyboard did something.
Almost every single button on my keyboard was, it would change my stance. I would lean a little bit to the left. I would hold my gun in a different way. I would go to my candid sights. I would flip my sights up, close my sights down.
God, the game was so good, dude. It's kind of slowly dying down a little bit, I guess. Maybe. I mean, they still have a big player base. I'm just saying, like, it's not mainstream anymore.
Yeah, there's just so many other good games that have come out that are filling that gap of realistic shooters that it's more of like a sim now.
We need to hit that up. Go play some Arma 3 Life.
Dude, I'm down.
Or GTA Online, whatever it's, like the role playing.
RP?
Yeah, GTA RP. Yeah, that'd be fun. Those three. Let's do it. That's content.
I have to buy that game. I have to buy that game.
I got you, homie.
Absolutely down.
You're not buying me a game.
Dude, Bob's bought me like 7 or 8 games.
Yeah, and he doesn't
I don't
even
want you
download.
buying me shit.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Yeah, but back to the keyboard thing. I had a friend, and he was wanting to get into PC gaming as well. And I remember he came over here one time and was like, "Hey, can I play on your PC? Try it out." I was like, "Yeah, go for it, man." He loaded up Counter-Strike, and he changed his buttons around to his comfort of his fingers, and swear to God, I don't know if it was beginner's luck or whatever. He was killing it. I mean, he wasn't getting like 1 deegs left and right. I mean, but he was, he got in the hang of crouching, and he was slaying it.
Heck yeah.
It was good.
Man.
And I don't remember I don't think he ever got a PC, but I mean, he was intimidated by all the buttons, like kind of what you touched on a minute ago. But once he got used to it, he changed his keys around. That's another thing great about PC, excuse me. You can literally customize your whole keyboard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if you don't want to move WASD, you can move with the arrow keys.
All right.
You can do whatever you want.
And you can even buy like one of those, I don't know what what they're called, but like the little tiny keyboards that literally just fits in your hand. Like, man, you know what I'm talking about?
Keyboards, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not even half. It's like 1/4.
Yeah, they're just like tab, caps lock, shift, control, alt, space,
Yeah.
WASD, QER.
Yeah, it's like made for, quote unquote gaming. I've never tried them out, but they seem dope.
I don't know. All the games I play, I like having almost all my buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have become a full keyboard enthusiast.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've always been a, computer guy. I had a keyboard plugged up to my Xbox 360 back in the day, and that's how I would type messages and stuff. Kind of like Treasure Chest. We see him do that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Computers are life, man.
PC principle, bro.
It's they're pretty amazing, man. They've allowed more freedom on the individual level than I think most other things have ever given us.
Right.
It's not completely my fault that I have all of the access of more information than ever in history, and all I do is play games and drink beer. That's just par for the course.
I agree. I'm right there with you. I mean, all the information in the entire world is in my pocket, but I just use it to send stupid Snapchats.
So
that you do.
This
indeed.
is this is coming out of left field, but we do need to talk about this.
All right, bring it up.
This is both amazing and the worst thing that's ever been written.
Oh yeah.
So Montreal has a Quebec has a blind representative in the race. Like, she is legally blind, and she is running for a position in office of Quebec. And CTV Montreal, one of the largest newspaper sites for Montreal, ran this headline: Quebec's first blind candidate has a vision for the province.
Oh, yikes.
God.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's so crazy.
Come on. And I'm not lying here. Here's the link to the fucking article.
Oh, it's so cringy.
Like, nobody thought that this was a bad idea. An editor accepted this.
Yeah.
Everybody fucking accepted this as something that is allowed.
Yeah, Michael. Yeah, let's go with. Yeah, that's a good one. But
oh yeah, she's got a vision. She's got a vision.
Was it just a tweet, or is that like the headline to their?
Let's see. It's probably going to be just a tweet.
I mean,
yeah, it's
people...
not the name of the article.
Okay, yeah. Quebec's first blind candidate running in Marguerite or something writing. Yeah. Gotcha. People do that a lot on Twitter. They'll just say some stupid shit to try to make it like popular and retweet it a lot.
Yeah, trending.
And I guarantee it worked. Like, look at let's go to CTV Montreal's Twitter here. They on average 1 or 2 likes, 5 likes, 6 retweets, 4 likes, 3 retweets. Yeah, nothing.
There you go. And that one's
so
got
this was a fucking, an attempt. This was a joke.
Yeah.
Which, is kind of at the candidate's expense, because he really is blind. But
well, and I think there's
still pretty funny.
One of the comments right here, I'm seeing, it says, "Y'all have an extra hot seat in hell waiting for you."
There you go. Yeah.
Oh man, here we are. Welcome to hell.
Yeah, that was a mistake. That was, but that's what they're going to do. They're going to sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And $5 says that that community manager, that whoever that was, they either got a slap on the wrist, but they're putting that shit in their resume.
Hell yeah.
That's gold. It worked.
Shots fired. I heard that.
I mean, I get to, at my job, we get a lot of people who are sassy with us on Twitter, and I'm allowed to be a little bit back.
Really?
Yeah. And the amount of Twitch streamers that talk shit about our product and then stream to one person on average. I'm like, do you really want to do this? Because I could hit you where it hurts. I could cut deep.
How's that audience?
I don't think that many people understand that Twitch Metrics exists. And if you guys don't know what Twitch Metrics is, it's a website that will essentially scrape your entire Twitch data, and it's open. So just type your own Twitch handle into Twitch Metrics, and it will give you a lot of information. And I don't think a lot of people know that exists. And if you're gonna, I went at length at this on a stream about 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe a month. If you're gonna start beef with somebody, never fucking do it with somebody bigger than you.
Yeah, I mean,
never go after somebody bigger than you. Unless you've got concrete, nuclear defenses. You've got to have something that is the bomb, otherwise you're fucked.
Well, I know in the past I have seen people going after people who are bigger than them just for the quote unquote clout.
Yep.
Exactly. So they'll be like, okay, I can go after this guy. If he starts talking shit about me or makes a YouTube video about me, then guess what? All of his audience sees that. Some of them might come to my channel. Boom.
Yeah, true. But are those the people you want?
Exactly. No, yeah, that's the way I look at it. Do I want people that just want, to come hit that follow button for a couple days and then come back and unfollow just because I talk shit? No, I want a real fan.
Another broadcaster I know, and I got a chance to meet him. He was a really, really, really good League of Legends broadcaster, and he switched over to not Overwatch, Fortnite, and he started a beef with Ninja, and sure, he got a lot of fans. He also got people DMing him to kill himself for a month straight. And you know what? For that month, for that week, he had double the viewers. And where are they now? They're all fucking gone. because the beef's over. They didn't give a shit. They
Right.
weren't there for him. They were hoping they could see something.
Yep. Half of those people were probably like Twitch Reacts or something, just waiting for him to say something.
Exactly.
To
Trying
clip
to get
it.
that clip and then put it on YouTube and get 200,000 views and get the money before somebody demonetizes the video. And
Yep. What about stream snipers? How you guys feel about stream snipers?
I play a PvE game. I couldn't give a shit.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And there's in something like Overwatch and something like League of Legends, Fortnite. I do feel for the streamers who count on the PvP games, and they're big, because once upon a time we had Twitch delay, and if somebody was stream sniping, maybe they got 2 or 3 seconds to 10 seconds like delay. And so even if somebody was stream sniping you, they had a lot of they didn't have a ton of advance notice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus now with low latency, I see a message or I say something, and then somebody can respond to it in a quarter of a second if they're fast enough.
Right. Yeah.
So obviously it's kind of scummy, but it doesn't bug me because it doesn't affect me that much.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I haven't got hit with it probably yet. There was an incident. So I was playing Fortnite with somebody, and it kind of felt like it. I mean, could be wrong, but nobody really knows. There's people out there that do it. Like for example, the New Year's big thing with Ninja and Tim and Dr. Lupo. There's a little kid that was streaming, and he stream sniped Ninja during that, but Ninja got him, killed him in game, and he got banned on Twitch for stream sniping.
Yeah,
which I agree with.
If you're gonna stream snipe, don't do it while you're streaming. That's pretty dumb. Don't stream yourself stream sniping.
Right.
That's not that hard.
Pretty sure he was like younger than 13 too, so, and that's a big no-no on Twitch as well.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, stream sniping happens, but in games today, there are a lot of ways around it.
Yeah, like
turn your HUD off.
Exactly.
Put a little delay. You obviously don't want a huge delay, but put a little delay so that you can still interact with your chat, but they can't see where you are the second you're there.
Right.
And just be good. Don't rage. Get good.
Get good, bro.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a top streamer, okay. So Ninja has become popular for like his stream snipe rage compilations. They're on Twitch a lot, or on YouTube a lot. And it always looks bad. It never looks good. So like get angry about stream snipes.
No,
stream
it looks
snipe.
horrible. Makes them look like
Yeah.
Makes them look like a little crybaby.
Exactly. So just don't do it.
I mean, I like to see emotion. I like to see, like, I'm a huge Rocket League fan, and I like the pro scene on Rocket League. And a lot of people don't like Turbo Pulsa because he's very emotionally invested into the game, and he'll cry at events if he doesn't think he did well enough. But he doesn't cry because he doesn't whine and bitch and moan because my teammates didn't do good enough. It's because I didn't do good enough. Turbo Pulsa didn't do good enough.
Yeah.
I fucking love that. A lot of people don't like him because he'll go cuss people out and be like, talk shit, get, stuff like that, which is a part of gaming.
Right.
A very enjoyable part of gaming. Talk some shit, whatever. It's all in fun.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't like him because he's so emotionally invested in the games. But I love that. So I don't mind seeing that from Ninja, and I don't mind seeing that, like, come on, like, that's kind of gay. You fucking stream sniped me. You're a pussy. But that's it. You don't have to fucking go on about it and report him and talk to your guy who works for Epic, and get every single time. Like,
that's it. That whole situation.
Hella gay.
Yeah.
And the whole fiasco goes on for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just doesn't make you look good. Don't do that.
So that Rocket League player you're talking about, he gets upset when he doesn't do good.
He gets upset at himself, yeah.
Right. I understand that.
Obviously, if his teammates goofing around and bumps him, instead of going for the ball, hey, yeah, don't do that. That's not what you should be doing. Or learn to rotate. Like, he'll call people out on it.
Right.
He doesn't ever. He usually gets mad at himself. He's emotionally invested into the games. But a lot of other pros are just like, they look cool. They show up. They do their shit. If they're the best, then maybe they'll throw some shade. And then they leave. And that's it. Like, you just see them playing as pros, and they're like, wow, this guy's just really good at the game. You don't see all the time that they put into it, all the effort it takes. Like, with Turbo, you get to see that.
Right.
So I like that.
I get that. I mean, we all get frustrated, and the fact that
I rage a lot.
Yeah, but when you rage, it's just funny, it's not like, oh my god, great.
Well, I don't rage to try to kill people, but I rage because, like, I'm emotionally invested and because it's funny.
All right.
And it makes me feel better.
And it's great content.
Content, baby.
It's even better when you're drunk out of your mind. Let's
be careful with that one. That's how you get in trouble.
Well, yeah. All right. What else, Jen? What else you got?
What else do I got? I'm pretty good. I just opened up another beer.
Nice.
I'm drinking some Elysian Immortal IPA out of Seattle here, and it's one of my favorites. And I'm having a good time.
Katie, you got something to bring to the table?
What'd you say?
Yeah, you heard me? You got something to bring to the table?
Yes, I do. To totally change the topic, I used to smoke cigarettes, and I switched to vaping, and I wanted to see what you guys thought and what chat thought about vaping and about smoking cigarettes.
Okay. Personally?
Sure.
I don't really, studies, scientifically, common sense, vaping is a whole lot healthier, quote unquote, than cigarettes. But I'm going to tell you right now, nothing in this world is, quote unquote, healthy. You know what I mean?
Everything's bad for you.
Yeah, even the damn air that we breathe every day, it's bad for you. And, so, if you're going to do it, do it. We're all going to die, so might as well enjoy it. So it doesn't bother me either way. But in terms of cigarette versus vaping, I would go with vaping because there's a lot of different options. You know what I mean? Flavors, nicotine. I get with cigarettes, you can choose your nicotine too. Certain brands, certain kinds have, what I'm saying, with 6%, 12%.
Yeah, they've got the reds and the golds and the...
Yeah.
I gotcha.
That's still the same. And I guess you could pick, flavors, but with vaping, it's more expensive, but I guess,
Actually, I think it's less expensive.
Really?
In the long term, I think it's less expensive. Just from what I've kind of noticed over time. And also health-wise, I can't even explain to you how much better I feel compared to when I was smoking cigarettes.
Really?
It's been a while, I haven't smoked cigarettes for a long time, but I don't feel any health changes from vaping. And it's gotten to the point now where I don't even do it for the nicotine anymore. So I'm sitting here vaping on zero, and it's just for the flavor and because I can do cool smoke rings, and I like watching the cloud fucking fill up the air and just dumb shit.
Just dumb shit, bro.
I used to work for an e-cigarette company.
Really?
I ran the social media for a company called Mount Baker Vapor. At the time, they operated out of Washington. Now, I think they're in Arizona, but I'm not totally sure. And, what Toxic said there is pretty much what I heard every day. And a lot of a lot of the conversation wasn't about choosing something that's healthy. The correct terminology was harm reduction. You know, ingesting nicotine is an intense substance. It can be habit forming, it can be addictive. And one of the problems with cigarettes and why it's so difficult to quit is cigarettes are addictive on twofold. They are habit forming with the idea of bringing something to your lips, and you start the muscle memory of understanding this behavior. And then your body gets attached to the nicotine, and you are both forming a physical habit and a chemical addiction. Similar things can happen with people who consume, like, binge drink. They just get so used to, like, bringing something to their lips, drinking, and it forms both a habitual addiction and a chemical addiction. And but the whole point of vaping is to reduce the tar, to reduce the actual physical smoke, which, while the tar is the more dangerous of the two, inhaling smoke isn't good for you either. And we are missing years of research on e-cigarettes.
Right.
And, you know, there will always be, you know, the people who they only vaped off of the cheapest shit they could find, made out of the worst metal that literally broke apart as it was heated up. And of course, that's not going to be good for you.
Yeah.
And I also want to, like, Toxic is right about the cost. Switching to vaping and trying to switch is very, very cheap. But the hobby of vaping is so fucking expensive.
I agree. The
mods, the mods, the vapes, the tanks, the coils.
Yeah.
When you get into like in depth, like, you customize these things, not unlike you customize a computer or a keyboard or something else. You can buy every individual
more like
part.
A vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. More like a vehicle.
Because you buy it factory, and then you can do whatever you want with it.
Yep.
And there are, and I call them artists because this isn't much different from somebody who crafts a bong or somebody who makes, like, a custom keyboard. They put time and effort into these units, and they're proud of them. And they cost hundreds, if not $200, $300, $400 on some of these units.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they're not worth it, but they're programmable. There's coding going into these. This is legitimate, like, effort and an actual, like, computer inside your vape, and it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. I have a mechanical mod, which is no computer, but it's one of, like, 250. It's called a slug, and it's worth about $1,400. And that's probably my most expensive, like, single piece. But yeah, like you say, it's become more of a hobby. Like, my daily, I guess, is more. Where is it? This one. This is probably like $140 to slap the whole thing together. So it's an RDA with a build in it, and then a little 2 batteries and a little box mod.
On your mechanical mod, is it drip?
Yeah.
Or do you actually have it? Yeah, okay. So you just drip on top of the coil.
One, but it hits so harsh, you definitely want a rebuildable.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's become its own fad, and if I had a choice, I'm always going to go with the vapor, because if I walk into a cloud of cigarette smoke, I'm kind of bummed. I'm just like, man, that shit sucks. You know, if I walk into blueberries, cinnamon rolls, whatever, I'm like, you know what, dude, do you?
Yeah, like, that doesn't smell so bad, you know?
No, like, and it's the thing about it, like, vaping, it's gone the second some wind comes.
Yeah.
Versus, like, that cigarette smoke doesn't leave. It sticks around like this fucking weird cloud, this little weird magnet.
Yeah, and you know, I like the way that I smell, because it doesn't stay on me unless I spill some juice on myself. I don't smell bad. I feel a lot better, obviously. I'm more dehydrated with vaping. It pulls a lot of water out of your body. But that's the only negative that I have been able to find so far.
Yeah. I remember when I first got my vape, I don't really vape anymore. I need to sell it because it was, to be honest, a waste of money. Because, I mean, I never smoked a cigarette ever. And I was just like, hey, let's spend almost $200 on this cool thing for flavor. You know, I didn't go buy a fruit roll-up. I spent on...
Yep.
Yeah. But I remember when I first got it, and, you know, the first time I got it, dude, I was hitting that thing like it was like a ring pop. And
all the time.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I got it when I was at the beach, and then like I remember on the way back home, like 2 days later, from getting it, and I was like, man, my throat. Like, what is wrong with my throat? Am I allergic to this thing or what? Like, but then finally.
You just got to be drinking water.
Yeah, kind of just dried it up, like I was sick or something. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Vaping is a whole lot better than smoking cigarettes.
Yeah,
but,
and I still get quite a few people that are like, you know, if I'm walking down the street or something, or I'm in between classes, I'll still get people that are like, hey, don't do that. That's rude. Or like, no, that's disgusting. Don't vape around me. I'm like, okay, hey, you know, whatever. But I don't know. It's just
yeah.
Everyone's got their things.
Yep.
There seems to be a lot of people today that have too many buttons that are too easily pushed.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, like much like with drinking, much like with really any behavior that if you do it enough, you'll affect somebody else, right? If you drink enough and you vomit, it affects somebody else.
Yes.
If you smoke enough, you're going to fill up a room full of a smell that not everybody wants. If you vape enough, you will do the same thing. I do appreciate freedom and being able to do stuff otherwise, but I also always respect other people. And, you know, and where this is kind of unfortunate, where vaping started is like, oh, you can do it anywhere. Obviously, that's not true anymore. And more and more, and I don't know where you guys live, but in Western Washington specifically, it might be all of Washington, you literally can't vape anywhere you can't smoke.
Really?
Yeah, it's getting to be the same everywhere.
Parks allow it, like, you know, certain places allow it, but indoors they're regulating it just like they do with cigarettes. And I think most of that is from like the cloud chasing community that like really like have the mods that are designed to produce large clouds.
Yeah, I get that.
And while like I understand, you know, wanting to do it, that's fine, but I'm always down with not affecting other people while you're doing your hobby or while you're doing your thing.
Yeah, well, there are places, you know, there's a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things, and there's a right place to do things and not the right place. Like, you know, you're obviously not going to smoke a cigarette while you're at church Sunday morning. So let's not do something that's not super unlike a cigarette and vape.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, but you have to be willing to be part of that community that says, you're right, you know, we shouldn't do this in restaurants. Let's set it down for 10 minutes, have our meal, and then we can step outside or go to the truck or whatever. And
yeah, and that's the problem. I don't think enough people are volunteering that.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
But I do, as like looking outside in to a community standpoint, I like the community of vapors a lot more than the community of cigarette smokers. Because the people who smoke cigarettes, and I would find myself, you know, if I was at class or something, I would step out to a like a smoker zone or whatever. They would just be uneducated, like future dropouts, kind of looking people.
Like just nasty grease balls.
Yeah, it's just the way it looked. Or potheads that couldn't smoke weed at that time.
Yeah, like tweakers.
Well, and like one of the cool things that I think vaping brought a lot of people, and obviously not everybody, but they got to be creative. People were mixing their own juices, people were making their own mods, people were playing with their own wires, people were like, you had a whole new generation of people who wanted to try coding things to make something.
Yeah.
And that is always a win. 100%, 100%, always a win when people are trying to be creative and make something.
And there's so many different ways to be creative with vaping. Like whether you're a cloud chaser, like you were saying, and you enter in cloud competitions, you know, you're going to want to be the guy that builds it and, you know, puts together the best mod and the best build with the right amount of cotton and the right VGPG juice blend to get the biggest vape cloud you can. Or,
and I realize we're using some jargon here. Why don't you tell us what cloud chasing is? So I realize I said that without even like thinking.
Yeah. So basically cloud chasing is people either buying or building a device and usually modifying that device in an effort to blow the biggest cloud of vape. So they'll practice like anything from their lung capacity to
in one breath.
The juice.
They only get the one breath.
So they'll take 3 seconds to inhale and then 2 seconds to exhale. So it counts down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which is like a warm up time. You're not allowed to touch your vape, or you're not allowed to touch your vape to your lips. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and at 5 you have to blow. So you have 5 seconds to pretty much do whatever you want. And you're usually standing back to back with 3 to 5 judges, and they're seeing who's, you know, blowing at 2 people blowing at the same time, seeing who's got the biggest cloud.
Hey, you know where?
Nick in the background. Hey, Nick's down there. If Nick wants to join us, you know, he may. I mean, it's up to you, co-host. Yeah, but nothing in this world is healthy. Maybe, yeah, not even water.
Well, when it comes to health, right? One of the issues with health in the U.S. is the fact that we constantly overindulge in activity that is not only unhealthy, but is unhealthy in a way that is so expensive we can't afford to take care of it ourselves. And our fellow Americans have to do it.
Right.
Through like taxpayer dollars. You know, so when we drink too much and we get a liver infection or a liver disease and we can't pay for it, well, the government, aka our tax dollars, have to pay for it. And that is one reason why I am so pro vaping, because I'm almost certain we will see a radical decrease in lung, throat, and jaw cancer with the extreme reduction of smoking. And, you know, that saves all of us money. That saves, I don't have any kids and I probably won't, but that will save your kids money. That will save my friends' kids money, where they're not paying for that. Right. And that's awesome. I am super for spending less money on people dying who don't need to be dying.
I agree completely.
What about popcorn lung? Can't you get popcorn lung? I've heard that word used a lot for vaping.
Yeah. So that was I've not kept up on the research of it. But I know that was a condition that was often self-diagnosed, where there was just there is an obvious condition, and I don't remember what the actual like term is. But most people, and I think even most health professionals, realize that came from that cheap vape stuff I was talking to you about. The cheap metal that's falling apart as you're vaping it. The juice that is crudely manufactured. So a lot of these early mods, and I say mods when that they don't really deserve that classification. A lot of the early electronic cigarettes, the ones that looked like electronic cigarettes, the ones that functioned, that looked more like a pen.
Yeah.
Right. Anybody who's into vaping in the hardcore scene, it doesn't look anything like a cigarette.
Right.
It looks more like it's the size of a cell phone. It's like it's full in your hand. It's big. And
that's what she said.
These early ones, they were made to be mass produced.
Right.
They used metal that heated up hotter than it was supposed to, and it malfunctioned. And they used materials that couldn't handle holding nicotine. Most people understood that those were the causes of that.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Luckily for this scene, it grew so quickly because these were people who are like, listen, I need something healthier. And the second that somebody was producing goods that weren't healthy, the community as a whole started to shun them. And the ones who are really backing the community, paying for the community, they are relatively health conscious in what they're ingesting. They want to know, excuse me, they want to know where you're getting the vegetable glycol. I don't remember my acronyms. Glycerin, thank you. The vegetable sugar. They want to know where you're getting the flavors. They want to know, is this the same shit that's in China? Like, are you just buying the Skittle formula in China? Where are you getting the sugar? Why is it colored? You know, where is your dye coming from? These are very and these are great questions. I got more questions regarding like what the materials were than I've ever asked what my brewers were using in my beer. I've never asked where they got their water, where they get their hops, where they get their yeast. And this was in 2013. So this is 6 years ago where I was involved in this community. And I don't know, I haven't seen or heard much of Popcorn Lung ever since I've been a part of it. So that might be better for Toxic.
It's pretty much gone. I'll never forget. It was probably about 2014. I was fresh out of the oil field, which is where I was got into smoking cigarettes. And I had vaped a little in high school just because that was a new thing and it was cool.
Right.
Kind of. So like I did a little bit with the pins, but I was never a vaper. And I didn't vape a lot in high school. And then fresh out the oil field, 2014. And I'm like, okay, I'm not on platform anymore. I don't have to dip and smoke a cigarette at the same time to stay awake for, 12 to 36 hours. So let's get back to vaping because this is making me miserable. And I was at a vape shop in Katy, Texas, and I bought my stuff. Didn't ask any questions, knew kind of what I wanted, got what I wanted. Another guy comes in behind me and starts asking questions similar to what you were talking about, January. And the guy was like impressed, like, okay, good. Thanks for these questions, man. Like he had all the answers, the shop owner or the guy selling me the product. So I was sitting there watching him. And then he goes, something about popcorn lung. Like, how do I prevent popcorn lung? How do I hit this the right way so I don't get popcorn lung? And the guy behind the counter just kind of laughs and goes, that's the only way you can prevent popcorn lung. Don't buy vape stuff from gas stations. Keep buying it from vape shops. This is where I get 100% of my money. This is where my livelihood is. I'm not going to sell you shit that's going to get you killed.
Yeah.
I've got signs all over this place that say, smokers welcome. You're not going to be smoking cigarettes for that much longer.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that. I'm not here to try to kill you. I'm here to get you into the sport, into the whatever. If you want to blow tricks, if you want to do clouds, if you want to do creative builds, whatever you want to do. If you just want something to get you to try to stop smoking and then never touch my product again, I don't care.
Yeah.
But he's not selling you that stuff to...
I ain't gonna kill you, boy. Yeah.
So I'll never forget that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, like the whole time when January was talking about like all the pins and when it first started, starting to become the thing, I was just picturing a gas station and you can see all that stuff in the little glass thing sitting on the counter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, so like the little cheap looking bottles with the like paper labels on them and they're weird colors. Yeah, stay away from that stuff.
When I was not only did I run the social media, I was also the voice for Reddit for the company. Interesting. So the e-cigarette main subreddit I was active on for the company, and every week a company was getting outed because they were mixing their juice in their bathtub. Like, it was some guy who he owned an apartment. He was able to get a supply line on gallons of the glycerin, gallons of the nicotine, and gallons of the dye, and the flavoring, and he was just pouring it into his bathtub and then filling up bottles and selling it. And this happened all the fucking time.
Oh my god.
And so that's kind of where I think some of the skepticism came from with the vaping community, is because for a good 5-6 years, this was like a completely unregulated, like, government turned a blind eye to it. Like, had no idea what was going on, wasn't paying attention, didn't even think you could be doing it this way. And, or like, maybe it's not a bathtub, but it's somebody's garage. How clean have you seen any garage? Would you ever want something in your body that was made in like some garage that you found?
Yeah.
No, and this was something that people were inhaling into their lungs, one of the most sensitive organs in the body.
For Cal, I just pulled up Bob knows Nick pretty well, but a buddy that stays with me a lot, he works at a vape shop, and he was just in here and he saw me Googling what popcorn lung is, and I said, "What is popcorn lung to you?" And he said, it's basically like a disease in your, I don't remember the exact term that he used, but it's in your lungs, and it comes from knockoff brands, or like you're saying, cheaply made shit brands that you should never touch. And then I also looked up the definition here for Cal, which is popcorn lung is the nickname for bronchiolitis obliterans. That is a condition that may damage your lungs, smallest airways, and make you cough and feel short of breath. It's sometimes caused by breathing in a chemical used to flavor microwave popcorn and or vape juice, but other chemical or lung illnesses can also cause popcorn lung. That was a really shitty definition.
Fellas, I do have a wife that would love to spend some time with me, and so I think I have to leave you guys here.
Okay.
I've had a really good time, and I'd love to come back if you ever want to have me. But for me, I've got to roll out.
That's
Absolutely.
fine.
Yeah, no, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Right when Joggles gets in. Joggles,
Well, sorry, Joggles. Yeah, that's Jan, man. I gotta leave. Which I think this makes you hate me more, because you and I, every time you show up, I leave. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I had a great time.
Yeah, that was great, Jen. We'll get you in here another time, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for all your insight.
Yeah, everybody go check out JanuaryAndOn. He's a lit ass streamer, and go check him out. Thank you for joining on the first BOBCAST.
Yeah, man. Thanks for hanging out.
That was great.
Have a good time, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Have a good one.
That was pretty damn good.
That was good. I like that. He was very he had a lot of insightful wisdom, for lack of a better word, on a lot of topics.
Yeah, you really hit the nail on the head with that that topic you wanted to talk about. I had no clue that January was
Man, hey, he had a really good topic that I don't want to discuss without him here, certainly, because while you were muted and setting up, he had an extremely good topic.
Yeah. But is that the one he talked about, or?
He briefly touched on it, but I would love to hear the rest of his explanation on it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Kuka, this is a BOBCAST. What is the BOBCAST at all? What the fuck? Holy shit, Joggles with the 4 months in a row. Do I not have? I didn't add alerts to the scene, did I?
Negative.
Whoops. Oh yeah, I did. It should come through. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you, Joggles. Poggers. Joggles, if you want to come here and talk for a little bit more, unless Katie got to go here shortly.
Yeah, I got like 10 more minutes or so.
10 more. Okay, well then, yeah, let's not get anybody here. Thought I lost, but I guess I didn't.
Well, you can get Joggles in here. Let's talk to Joggles for 10 minutes.
Yeah, Joggles, if you want to join, hop in. Man, no, he's admin. He should be able to just join the podcast. We can get here for talk to you for 10 minutes. Oh, I didn't even realize January DM'd me 15 or like 20 minutes ago and said I only do have some stuff to do the next 15 minutes. Oh, hello, Joggles.
What's up?
Let me turn you up.
Oh.
Welcome to the BOBCAST.
What up, Joggles?
What's up?
Yeah, you got any lit ass high school stories for us?
Oh,
really.
Lord.
Oh, it sounded like Bob did.
No. Do I have any lit ass? I don't know about lit. I mean, oh man. High school was so long ago.
Not from your high school, from the high school you work at, you dingus.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I feel like you're probably bound to have more stories than I do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, anybody clogged the toilets recently, or?
See, I haven't been at the school
Any
for
word on putting the urinal dividers back up?
negative. That's never gonna happen.
What happened there?
You guys are pulling on them.
Who was pulling on those?
I don't know, probably you.
I've never even thought to pull on those.
I was taking out the trash one time, Cade or Toxic, and walked in, and young boy Joggles was getting tutored.
Aw.
Yeah, and you looked at me with some dumbfounded look on your face, like you've never seen me before in your life. Then you didn't say a word.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna not in front of the teacher. I'm gonna say, "Hey, yo, what's up, Joggles?" And she'll be like, "What?" And then boom.
You know what? She's cool. She would have.
Oh yeah, I know she's cool. She's lit.
Yeah. Bob knows all the teachers on a personal level.
Oh,
He actually had dinner with all of them the other day.
I mean, technically,
today.
I've had lunch
That was
with all of them at like Christmas. All right, Kate, you got any cool high school stories? College stories, something? You'd have more than any of us combined. I mean, basically, when I was in school, I was the kid that sat in the back of the classroom and didn't really talk to anybody.
I definitely peaked in high school.
Yeah.
High school was my fucking favorite.
Yeah. I didn't go to any parties, didn't really do anything. Yep, that was my school. Tell us a story, Kate.
All right. Give me a topic.
Did you ever have to go to the good old principal's office?
Oh, sure.
Or got written up for something? What's the worst and the funniest?
The worst and the funniest?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a funniest, but the worst is probably when I fought two African American kids.
Mm.
They were twin brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was goofing with my sister. So I was like, "Hey, leave her alone. That's my sister." And he was like, "No." And I was like, "Okay, well, then fuck you." And I started talking shit to him. And I think I was a sophomore or something like that. But
Yeah.
big sophomore. I was always big. And his twin brother, who was in the football program with me, was like, "Yo, heard you were talking shit to my brother. Meet us at the tennis courts and we're gonna fight." And I was like, "Okay, sure." So met him at the tennis courts after school one day, and sure enough, we fought. So beat the shit out of this guy. Broke 3 fingers in my right hand, and broke a couple bones in his face.
Wow.
Don't mix it.
Wow.
And then his twin brother showed up and was like, "Hey, that's my brother." And he wanted to fight too, and I was like, "This is gonna suck." But then the principal showed up, or I think it was just like a regular teacher, so I didn't have to fight his brother.
Wow. So you got saved.
Well, I think he got saved.
Oh, okay. Yep. My bad.
Well, you were playing 3 fingers down. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I can play better 3 fingers down than he could 10 fingers up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh. Hope he's in chat. He knows exactly.
I'm pretty sure his name was Kevin.
Kevin.
Docs. Actually, screw Kevin.
Yo, Kevin, if you're watching, if you're listening to BOBCAST,
Kevin, if you're watching, come meet us on the tennis courts.
I have that epoxy that I use.
we want a round 2.
Yeah, though it does. Yeah.
Bring your twin brother. Oh man, yeah, that's funny. Have you ever gotten in a fight, Joggles?
What?
Almost 2 hours. Have you ever gotten in a fight?
Not like that. We got in fights in games before.
No, in game, like basketball or football?
Lacrosse.
Oh, lacrosse. You've played lacrosse. Interesting.
All right. I think I have to say adieu as well. Yo, it has been an absolute pleasure, Joggles. Good to hang out with you for a sec.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be the end of the whole thing then, since everybody's leaving.
Yeah, for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Joggles. Much love. Thank you for joining us for the. Yeah, hold on. No, you got to be here for the. Yeah, we're gonna be.
Oh God, I gotta be here for the extra. Bye.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to the first official BOBCAST. Special thank you for the guest, JanuaryAndOn. If you haven't gone and checked him out yet, please go check him out. Hit him up with a follow.
He's absolutely.
He's a legend.
Man,
it's still crazy. This is why I love Twitch and doing this whole thing. I saw an ad for Dauntless and went and was like, okay, what's this game? So I pulled it up on Twitch just to see like if it's dead or something. And he was like one of the top 3 people streaming it. And I clicked on him, was chatting with him a little bit, and he said, yeah, he was talking to me. He's a good person. He actually pays attention to the chat. And I hit him up with a follow, and then I remember the next day I played it with you, Kate. I think we played it together eventually. The next day I played it, and he was in chat, and I was like, oh, holy shit. And then he hit me with a follow, and then he saw how production was. I try to keep my production value, high. Sky's the limit. And, yeah, and now look, we're pretty good bros. That's the power of Twitch, baby.
That's awesome. I love this community.
Yeah.
That's how beautiful friendships blossom.
Yep, like a beautiful, beautiful flower. Until a lawnmower comes over and runs it the fuck over, but that's that's not gonna happen. Alrighty. Much love to love lawnmowers. Alrighty. Thank you everybody for tuning in to BOBCAST. Keith, if you're still
Keith, we love you. Thanks for the questions.
Yeah. Cal, thanks for being here.
Yeah, Kuka, Cal especially. Thank you,
Joggles.
Cal.
Everybody.
Keeping chat interesting. Joggles, maybe next time show up a little earlier. Okay, thank you. Love you still.
Sorry, I was watching the documentary about Fire Festival.
Yikes.
Fire? What the hell's Fire
You should
Festival?
watch it. It's on Netflix. It was really interesting. I
Lit.
didn't know what it was either.
Cool.
Dude, like, conned $27 million out of people. It was interesting. Okay.
Wow. I
Yeah.
would love to do that.
Huh. What? Con money out of
We
people?
can talk about it next time.
Interesting. All right. Lit. Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks again. Hit that follow button if you haven't. We're gonna try to do a Bobcast at least 2 times a month, or every, whenever we feel like it.
At least once a month, hopefully twice a month. Ideally twice a month.
Yeah. Ideally twice a month, at least once a month, but we'll try to do as much as possible a month. Right? That sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah. And Keith, if you're still listening, just rip this shit right off Twitch, slap the intros, outros onto it, upload it to YouTube. Done. No edits at all. All right, everybody. Much love. Love you guys. Love you, co-host.
Much love.
Thank you for joining.
Love you.
Love you too, Joggles. Love you, January. He's not here anymore. He done left. But are we ever gonna end this thing, or are we just gonna keep saying bye?
Hey, you're the fucking broadcaster. It's up to you.
You gotta come up with a good ending that you can use every time.
Like what?
Like a. All right, one sec.
Okay.
It's gotta be a rhyme.
Like a rhyme?
Yeah, I'm pulling up Rhyme Zone.
Okay.
Hey, seriously though, I do have to go. I really have to go. I love you guys. Thanks, chat. Thanks for the Barbarian Army. Thanks to the fucking Bobcast team behind the scenes.
Yep.
Love you all.
Yeah,
Later.
Richard. Yep. Alrighty, we're out of here. See ya, Joggles. I'm leaving the Discord.
All right, dude.
See ya, broski.
I gotta call my friend. Wait a minute, what I say I gotta do again? Minute to minute, I feel like I'm in the movie.